Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3, yes, Japan. In previous episode we started switching a lot of our minds into using dynamite, among other things. But that was one of the bigger things in there. I think today what we're going to do, hopefully we're going to get the projections and finally pass, because that would allow us to finally open up our markets, and that will potentially give us a lot of money, let's just say. We're going to go on speed 4 because we're probably going to do some warfare as well. Although I'll try to keep the warfare not too large in this episode right now, because we're losing a lot of money, so if we start fighting that's probably going to cost us even more. But I think Banjar, oh actually no, not necessarily Banjar. There's a few other options of course, but I mean Banjar would be fairly easy. Still got some colonization going in Australia. We can't declare war on Hawaii quite yet. We're trying to reduce the relations with them, but I suppose we just need to get a bit of infamy, and that will reduce their opinion of me slowly but surely. Is Bhutan someone that I could know? We got good relations with them, so I can't declare war on them. I could start damaging relations with them as well. That's a possibility. What about Korea? I mean, Korea would be too big of a war right now. They are part of the Jing market. They are tributary, so if we were to do a... Well, I suppose we can't do a war against them, because they're tributary. Never mind. Well, at some point, if we do a war against Qing, then we'll probably want to take Formosa at least. Maybe not too much else, but Formosa would be already a pretty good first step. But I suppose in terms of warfare... Oh, actually, Sambas was one of the ones that I wanted to conquer, wasn't it? And that should be relatively easy. We'll just start a diplomatic play there. We'll put in one of the armies. Maybe the artillery commander over here. We'll go in. It's a bit of an extra expenditure, but as soon as we get some of the chemical plants up and running, the dynamite or explosive price will start dropping, hopefully. We need a lot of it right now, but yeah. How much is that actually per level? I wonder. So it's currently producing about 70 explosives per level, so we're going to have to get a few more levels of that. Crude connections. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding protectionism, a leader of the rural folk has approached us with an offer to expedite the process utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Well, industrialists would not like that, but they will still like us sufficiently. So we'll put that in. So we got the intelligentsia and industrialists right now in the government. Also, the one thing that was pointed out in the comments, and I do think, or appreciate that comment especially, was pointing out that assimilation can only happen with accepted cultures. So what we'll probably need to do is we need to go from the citizenship laws, from national supremacy to racial segregation to get any sort of bonuses from the accepted or assimilation rather. So that's something that we will be doing, hopefully once we pass the protectionism, which is still taking a while. We got low... Oh, right, yeah, we still got some taxation issues. Low market access in Kansan, Kyushu. I'm pretty sure that the railways that we're building fairly shortly are going to solve that. We could have more interest, though. I suppose, well, we got all of China already. We got the Pacific coast already. And we own a lot of areas over here, so that is already covered. We could, well, I suppose, we could go for Eastern Siberia as an option. Or we could start going, well, I mean, assuming that we can open up the markets. Maybe Persia would be a good idea. We could start buying some opium from there, for example, if and when we can start trading. Oh, Spain sided with the Sambas, alright. But that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Although the Spanish troops should not be that much better than ours at this stage. Although we should probably double check that. They actually got us slightly worse than we do. Although they might have really good generals, so there's that. Right, well, we'll just take the Sambas in this war. It should be relatively easy in the end. What I can do is I can put in at least one of the fleets. Let's put in the smaller fleet to raid convoys over here. The other one can... Ooh, actually... The monitor is completed. The shallow draft solution. Designed for coastal defense operations, while monitors lack in ocean-going capabilities, they make up for in cost effectiveness. Admiral Hikonojo Shuchoku has informed the Admiralty in Kyoto that his fleet will keep any foes away from Japanese waters. Trace engine building throughput, Navy defense, or shipyard building throughput. I suppose we'll get the Navy defense for 9 years. That seems like a good idea. We've got 3 weeks before our troops arrive there. And, oh, we do have an army already in here. Interesting. Also, I suppose I could... right, so protect shipping lanes already assigned to... Okay, so that is going to hopefully keep our... Oh, and they're back down. There we go. So we got a little bit more Western Borneo. We got a few unemployed there now. We've got some vacancies as well, so that shouldn't be that big of an issue. Meat price doesn't seem to be too bad. Do we have... Oh, right. We did not have... Well, actually, no, we do have ports here now. Of course, those ports aren't very high level, so we'll start using a bit more coal and steamers. But that will also be a lot more infrastructure available in here. Not that we have a shortage of that right now. But there we go. We are making slightly more money now, and as soon as we get... Well, especially the infrastructure is going to be very important. Currently, we're researching the rotational valve engine, and after that, we're going to get the electrical generation, so we can start building some power plants, and then we can start using some electric street lights, because that will increase the services amount quite a bit. Oh, Oman is improving relations. All right. So Langfang is protected by Jing. Actually, are they actually independent? They are independent. Okay, what do they have in there? Some trade, some logging, some plantations, a bit of ports. Okay, so Langfang might be another good... Now, we are losing quite a bit of money right now, but until we reach 10 million in credit, I'm not going to increase taxes because I don't want to reduce the legitimacy too much. Of course, if we can get the legitimacy up to like 56 or somewhere around there, we could maybe afford doing that. But until then, I'm going to hold off on that. We have also increased the fertilizer price quite a bit by switching a lot more farms into using the proper or the higher tier fertilizer. Ooh, rubber discovered in Shan States, alright. But we should be getting a lot of extra fertilizer from the chemical plants over here soon enough. It's going to be 110, well actually it's probably going to be a little bit more than 110 per level because we got quite a bit of extra boost there. So it's probably going to be somewhere around 60 explosives at base value per each level of chemical plant. But yeah, we should be getting 2 levels for the chemical plants very shortly. There we go. So that will start increasing production. It's already 260. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to start improving even further. Okay, there we go, 300. So the explosives price is slowly dropping. It is still pretty high though. It seems like it's still pretty much at the maximum. Fertilizer price on the other hand is dropping. And, okay, still losing a lot of money overall, but is there... We are actually getting the investment for... Oh, there we go, rotational valve engine. Let's start on the electrical generation. We'll also increase the bureaucracy production slightly, but that doesn't seem to be quite enough for us yet. Looks like we got a little bit less... Okay, tools are still expensive. We got a lot of states in turmoil. High tension with some natives. Ammunition and ironclads are expensive. And then we got those low market access. Dissenters break ranks. Well, may devil take them, I guess. We're trying to... Well, we're gonna stick to the protections unless it drops below 10%. Because we really need to get that law passed so we can start doing some trading. And that way we can get a lot of money by exporting to others and importing a few things that we need from elsewhere. But the railways in Kansai and Shikoku are under... was that Shikoku that was getting also some... No, it wasn't there. It was somewhere else. But anyway, we should be getting the low market access fixed. Oh, Kansai and Kyushu. So down here. Are we building the railways? No, we're building a couple of ports though. Suppose we could give it one more railway just in case. So if you have a look at the market. Explosives price, well, it has dropped a little bit. Ironclad price is still pretty high. So what we should probably do is make sure to increase the production there. We could, technically speaking, go for the extensive military ship building over here. That would mean a little bit less steamers, but that's actually not too bad. But that means the ironclad price is going to start dropping a lot, which means expenditure is going to start dropping, or the military expenditure is going to start dropping. We're already paying quite a bit, though. How's the legitimacy? It's not great. Let's be honest. We've got quite a bit of things underway, especially a lot of livestock and farms and such. Mostly at Shikoku, which is over here where Hiroshima would be, or is. There's still quite a few peasants in there, actually. But But yeah, we do have the encourage agriculture in here, so increasing the productions over there is probably not a bad idea. Of course, we also got that in Kanto. So yeah, we got quite a bit of debt already. We might have to... I'm going to increase the taxes now. It does mean a bit of or quite a high drop in legitimacy, which means a lot more radicals per week, which I would rather avoid, to be fair, but... Well, not much I can do about that, but we can sort of reduce the amount of debt that we're getting and slowly but surely fix our economy. It's just, well, I suppose taxation capacity is something that we need to work on. Tool price is still pretty high. We've got some tool workshops underway, but it's a long list of things that we're working on, so it's going to take a while. But it's the low market access now. Kyushu does still have a low market access. There should be ports being made there, right? Yeah, oh, it's okay. About half a year away still. Alright, well, it's underway somewhere. I suppose now that we're not making quite as bad of a deficit, let's go ahead and do a quick war against Langfang. Hopefully we don't take too much, well, it's a little bit in for me. That should be fine, and we got one army over here already. Let's put it on the front line there. That's going to give us a lot of port at least. And then we could maybe do war against Pontianak. Are you allied to... You are in customs union with Austria. But you're not really in defensive alliance or anything like that. So we could conquer that. And then Banjar, and then that leaves us Dutch East Indies in Borneo with us. And we've taken Sulu already complete. Oh, there we go. Protection passed. Finally. Okay, so if we have a look at potential for export, especially, we got some grain. We also got some steamers, actually. And the French would buy quite a few. So that would give us a few thousand extra. Sure. We'll start trading with the French. We got some hardwood, we got some iron, we got fish, we got some oil as well. Is there anyone buying oil? The British are buying a lot of oil, actually. Sure, we'll do that. Of course, all these trade routes do cause us a bit of bureaucracy, so that's something that we'll need to fix again. We still got probably some problems with the tax. Oh yeah, we got definitely problems with taxation at our capital. A couple levels there. It's gonna take a while before. Oh, hello. We actually gained stuff, did they? Oh, Spain sides with Langfang again. Alright, well, Langfang might... They're still worried, so it's entirely likely that they'll surrender. Let's just send in the smaller fleet again, raiding convoys there. And our army is already on the front line there, so that will help us a little bit. Right, is there any trade routes? Oh, someone's buying... New South Wales is buying some dyes from us. Dutch East Indies is buying some paper. We're selling some hardwood to Great Britain, apparently. And then we got the steamer and oil trade routes, but that's going to start giving us a lot of, well, some tariffs. Right now it's not all that much, but it's slowly picking up some speed. Oh, hello. Why do we have no authority? Hold on, what's the isolation was giving us? Oh, that's 50% extra authority. Okay. Right. What we might do... So I'm actually going to take the encourage agriculture away from here. And then what else? There's... Well, we've got a lot of the various taxation, or the encourage production and such. We could maybe afford taking away this one, and then if we stop bolstering the intelligentsia, then we'll have a bit of extra authority again. It does mean a little bit reduced productions, and... Wait a minute, we increased the taxes, but now we're losing the same amount of money again. Right, that's a bit unfortunate. Well, I suppose we do have troops active, so that kind of makes the difference in there. The Spanish are not sending any troops here yet. Doesn't look like they will, so I'm pretty sure that Langfang will just give up. Or if not, then we'll just have a quick war. Well, we'll conquer that, and slowly but surely we are guaranteeing the entirety of Borneo for us. Gold deplete in South Island, alright. Well, that's none of our business, really. Not yet, at least. Right, we're getting another tea plantation over here. That will help. Oh, Langfang backs down. There we go. Oh, actually, another thing that we could do... No, we don't have the... Never mind. I thought we had the edict over here for the extra infrastructure, but it doesn't look like we have that anymore. So what is spreading over here in production? It's actually giving the steam donkey for us, which is not a bad idea, necessarily. It is actually quite useful. Right, but there we go. We don't have an army active. We're still losing 37,000. Oh boy. Let's have a look at the market prices again. So, oh wow, yeah, there's a lot of trade routes now being set up. Still need a lot of tools, engines, more ironclads, explosives. I mean, explosives is something we're working on. That's a bit far away. Or too far off. There we got another chemical plant level. So how much are we producing total? 350. Well, that's the base. Of course, the actual is 434. Okay. We still need a lot more. Okay, so I'm just going to put in at least 2 more levels, although it looks like the profit is going to start dropping a little bit, but that should be still fine. I suppose another thing that I could do is start switching more and more of the rice farms into the proper fertilizer. That's going to be another 140 fertilizers needed, and another 500 grain produced. So if we can increase the GDP even further, I mean, currently number 9 in the world. How far are we from the next one? So the French are the next one. They got 117 million. So there's still quite a bit of distance to there. We have surpassed Free States of America, at least. The funny thing about the American split over here is, so there's the Free States which have banned slavery, and then there's the United States of America, which still have slavery. And it's already 1888. But that's really none of our business, to be fair. So yeah, we're still losing a lot of cash. We got a lot of unrealized taxes, to be fair. Trade agreement with France, that would mean that we don't get the tariff revenue from them. Which, let's have a look, how much are we getting from... It's not really that massive. I'm gonna say no for that one, to be fair. Oh, but now that we've got our own market, we could maybe start inviting people into it. Why if we invite Hawaii into our market? They would not take that. Alright, I don't suppose there's anyone... Well, I suppose we can actually have a look at it through the diplomatic lens. Diplomatic actions... Into our customs union, Burma. They would not take that. Customs union here. Okay, so Dynam. Nope, 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 no. So none of those would join. Well, I mean, at least we can trade now. That's the thing that matters the most. We do need to start getting some more tools. We also need a lot of wood and apparently some clothing as well. If we're needing clothing, then what we should probably do is just improve the production in here, quite frankly. Give it another level there. Alright, there we go. So that's, well, that's one more. We're building a barracks as well now to increase our military size a little bit. Rubber discovered in Central Java. Colonization of Western Australia completed. Rubber discovered in Central Java. Right, so what do we have here? We're building a gold mine already. We don't have a lot of peasants, admittedly. So this one's going to be somewhat limited. We got some Japanese in here, at least, because we got the migration laws at least switched. So the Japanese can migrate. Speaking of laws, though, we should probably try to pass the racial segregation now. Yeah, we're going to do that. It's going to reduce our authority by another 50. Which is not great, but that would allow us to start... oh. Did we lose more popularity or something? Oh, the monks are no longer quite as happy, so we lost 10% authority. We could probably afford it being a little bit negative for a while. It was a 0.5 opposition interest group approval. But, like, that's not necessarily the worst yet. But we're losing a lot of cash, though. Really losing a lot of cash, actually. I suppose if we were to... Well, if we drop that even further, then that would probably mean another thing that needs to be taken out. Is there any taxes that would be even better right now? Not really. But that is definitely working against us here. Let's have a look at these. So the tool price is 38% increased. Hardwood is also a little bit increased now. I suppose people are just buying the hardwood from me. That would kind of make sense. But at least we have it. Speaking of which, though, do we have any stuff over here that we could do? Not really. Producing a decent bit of hardwood in there. I suppose we could do another quick war against... Oh, 74,000? What the heck is costing us this much? Okay, interest rate is 50,000, so that's a larger chunk there. Government wage is pretty high. Goods for government buildings is almost 100,000. Construction costs 70. Oh, right, we got a lot of... Oh, right, because we started building a lot of art academies. I queued those up before starting the episode. Mostly so that we can get some art produced, so that will start improving the standard of living a little bit, especially for the higher-ups. Let's actually have a look at the art academy. So the fine art... level 30 to 99 wealth. Okay, so we probably don't have that many people that would even want the art, but we'll be producing some. We can maybe export some of that, if nothing else. Oh, we can support another interest. Oh, we can support a lot of interest, actually. Now that we're no longer isolationist, that makes sense. Let's get India in there. We'll probably get the Eastern Siberia. Maybe Mexico. And then we got already Persia. Suppose we could put something like Northern Germany. Start trading with the Prussians. Is there any good exports for... Oh, Austrians would like to get some grain. But those we can make a little bit more money out of there, although it doesn't seem to be making all that much profit yet. I'm hoping that the tooling workshops will help. There's people importing coal from me. I mean, suppose we could always give a few more levels for the coal mines there. We've still got a lot of various things over here underway. At least the tooling workshop is going to be done soon. But yeah, the monetary situation could be a lot better, let's just say. But largely that is just the interest rates are being so massive. And I can't do too much about that one. Okay, we're getting a lot of nations improving relations with us suddenly. I suppose we did spread it to a lot of new areas. Right, so do we have... Actually, where do we have our trading? Oh, we got some trading from Kansai at least. That's going to start improving the standard of living in here, I reckon. That's the ones going to France and Britain. Robert discovered in Pegu, alright. But damn, yeah, that is a lot of deficit in there. If we can pass the racial segregation quickly, that'd be nice. Although that would mean yet another thing that we need to take out. Like maybe we'd drop the luxury furniture tax or something. If we were to increase our taxes further, we can reduce the deficit a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty darn high. Of course, once the arts academies are completed, then that's going to start reducing, or we'll start getting more from the investment pool again. Which admittedly is pretty high. I suppose that would be our way to start increasing, yeah, if we start increasing our construction speed a bit further soon enough, then that might be the way to bring in a lot of money back. Oh, decreased buffer. Okay, so racial segregation is not going to pass right now. I'm not going to go for cultural exclusion or multiculturalism, but the racial segregation is something that we can probably use. Admittedly, it's against what we originally planned, but like that, since there's no assimilation other than for accepted cultures, that kind of means that we can't do much else if we want to get any sort of assimilation going. Speaking of assimilation, though, private health insurance, we don't have it high enough standard of living really to benefit from that. We could, of course, now that we've got the interventionism and protectionism up and running, unless we go for colonial exploitation, for example. Actually, I'm going to go for that one. The clergy is going to be happy again, so we got some authority remaining over. And the industrialists are going to be fairly happy, and there was no one really all that upset by it either. But yeah, we're still losing... yeah, well, 40,000 short from the investment pool transfers right now, due to the arts academies. Although, soon another one will be completed. How's the arts production, actually? Fine art, there's not that much produced yet. I suppose it doesn't produce all that much either. We could just go for the realistic art, at least. And then if we go for academics and aristocrats, or a bit less aristocrat, oh yeah, a bit less aristocrat, more capitalists, or academics, more academics rather than aristocrats. We're gonna go for bourgeoisie patronage, get a bit more capitalists in, because that means more investment pool transfer. We've got 12 million in there though, so we should probably start working on increasing our construction speed a bit further. Let's go ahead and get another level in our capital first things first. That's gonna be increasing the construction speed. So if we can use more and more of the investment pool, and of course with the higher construction speed we can build up our economy faster, which means that we'll be hopefully getting a bit more money. Right now it's just the government is very heavy in terms of the weight on the economy as well as the military, so both of those two combined, I can't talk today, sorry about that, would be pretty good. And we're getting the pan-nationalism, so that's going to give us a bit more authority as well. And after that, identification documents for the taxation capacity would be really nice. But I don't think we can get that quite yet. Hey, we're getting some more sugar produced as well. So I did realize, actually, that the Japanese are obsessed by sugar. Oddly enough. So that's, well, somewhat of an interesting thing. Right, we've still got 3 art academies being built, but the rest of these things are at least covered by the construction or investment pool. Although I suppose we could do another thing and add in one more construction sector over here, so we can get to at least past. Well, it should be around 115 construction points there. Still losing a bit of cash, but we've still got so much in this import. It is just growing and growing, so we definitely need to increase our construction overall. But also, I think we're going to have to get more tooling workshops, because that is something that we will need a lot, among other things. Do we have the... Right, we've got the steel mill over here. It doesn't seem like it would be profitable right now to expand that, so we'll hold off on that one. But we will definitely need to increase a lot of the productions. Now, could we actually... Well, once we've done the colonial exploitation, we'll reform the government... Oh, Robert discovered a new Borneo. Alright, well, there's more migration going in there now, then. Because we don't have the tech to start farming that yet. I suppose if we get a bit more people moving in here, then that means that a lot of the plantation is going to work better, and the fishing is going to work better, among other things. So that is actually going to be a pretty smart thing to do. If you have a look at the market, so currently the three things that we lack the most, not necessarily the highest prices, but the lack the most, are wood, tools, and clothing. And, well, wood is something that we're going to start increasing soon. Oh, we're building the gold mine now in Western Australia. Good. There's still a lot of investment pool available. Although we're still losing 40,000. Well, actually, no. Now it's only about 16,000. Somewhere around there. So, yeah, it's still minus 40,000 once all of these are done. So, we'll need to increase our economy a lot faster than that. Industrial boom. Oh, Kyushu. Well, well, well. That's going to be good. Also, if the porcelain class price isn't too bad, we could probably give it another level, though. And the shipyard over here producing the steamers isn't too bad. Textile mill. Oh, I didn't realize we had a textile mill here. I'll give it a level. Grassroots support for the law. Ooh. More lawyers wouldn't definitely hurt, but at the same time, getting 20% success chance on the law would be nice. Because after that law has passed, I want to reform the government to be at least 60 legitimacy again. So we'll just drop the industrialists from power. Wait, is the leading interest group? Oh, do they? They do have more. Okay. Right, so they are the leading interest group. Right, well, while we're losing money, let's go ahead and do a quick war against Pontiac. I'm sure that will go fine, right? We already have an army in here, so that is not going to be too difficult. And it's, what do they actually have in there? They got a lot of plantations, but that's about it. So it's costing us even more, but now we are increasing the production, or especially the construction speed, we're slowly increasing more and more. Give it another level over here at Kanto. No, we're getting another chemical plant as well. Speaking of which, I'm going to put one more in there, because I know that the explosives is something that we need a lot. And the more we have fertilizer, the easier it is to farm more, which, you know, is also going to mean a lot more food. Speaking of which, though, if we have a look at the lowest prices... Well, actually, if we have a look... Oh, gold is something that we produce a lot. Well, that gives us a bit of money at least. And transportation is also something that we have quite a bit. In that case, let's have a look at places like... well, Hokkaido still has a lot of problems with the population size. What about Sakhalin? Well, it doesn't have any urban centers yet. We'll give it another coal mine there, just in case. To increase productions. And I suppose something like Western Borneo over here. I'm going to give you public trams there, so that's going to reduce the labor need quite a bit. And overall, we should start increasing the service production. At least to some degree. Maybe we can also get the market square in there. You know what, we should probably do that in most places, shouldn't we? Let's have a look at urban. If we were to switch all the urban centers to market squares, that would be 300 extra wood, 28 glass. It's not that much, but the substitution should increase quite a bit. And the more services we have available, the better for us. Now we're getting a lot of the logging camps there. Oh, and there we go, they're back down, as expected. Right, so is there anything over here that we need to worry about? I don't think so. The logging camps are still fine, and I'm pretty sure most of the farmlands and such are fine. I suppose we could use some harvesting tools over here to reduce the workforce need. And then at the livestock ranches, we're already producing the extra meat there, among other things. And I'm pretty sure that most of these plantations do have the rail transportation. Apparently not all of them, but most of them do have that. So we're going to reduce the labor need at least. And we do now produce our own transportation over here as well. Well, not really large numbers to be fair, but a little bit. But I do realize that we are currently out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.